Welcome back to the Tractor Tech channel. I'm Roger. In the very late fall, I sprayed some weeds. The weed killer did an excellent job. Within a couple days, the weeds were dead. But since it was late fall, the weeds didn't really have time to decay, so they're still standing and just have a bunch of brown weeds all around in front of the garage, and it looks bad. So I need a way to get rid of those. So I got a new tool here today to eliminate the weeds that are already dead. Or you can actually use it on weeds that are still alive, but in this case I'm going to get rid of the dead weeds to make things look better. So here's the tool. It is a propane torch made by a company called Bravex. Hose attaches to a propane tank. You use the supplied wrench to tighten it. Turn this knob counterclockwise and then hit your igniter button and it lights. One thing that's really cool about this is I actually have another weed burner, but I don't use it often because it doesn't have an automatic igniter, and if you aren't real careful with it, when you use like a torch striker, you can singe the hair on your hands. It's almost impossible to light without doing that. So that makes this thing really nice. Then you can shut the thing off and turn it back on and hit the button and you're going. You don't have to carry a striker with you, which is nice. Another cool feature this has is this trigger here, so you can like throttle the flame. So you can turn it down low and walk from weed to weed, and then when you get to the next weed that needs to be burned, you can squeeze the trigger and burn it and then go on. This is going to help you save propane. So take the thing outside here and burn some weeds and see how it does. Well, I'm done burning all the weeds up here in front of the garage. Do have a few that need to be burned along the edge of the driveway, but I'm going to catch those on a day when it's getting ready to rain, so that way don't have a risk of a fire, because in the wintertime things are very dry and you're actually at a higher risk for a fire than you are in the summertime, at least around in this area. Really like this torch. The igniter is a very, very nice feature, as I mentioned in the intro, but the thing I really like is this trigger on it. And you don't have to have a huge flame all the time. You can just, get a weed over here, burn it, then move to your next one, squeeze the trigger, burn it. You don't have a massive flame burning all the time, wasting a ton of propane. So it's really going to help conserve propane. And propane here I think is like $3.20 a gallon. And that's if you have it delivered and refilled versus getting a cylinder exchanged at a place like Lowe's or Home Depot, which would cost you more probably. I'm going to include the link in the video description if you're interested in purchasing one of these. If we ever get some winter weather, you may see me melting some ice with it later on this year. And I also have another idea that this thing will be useful for. So be on the lookout for that later in the spring, because I'm going to have to wait for warm weather to do that. Thanks for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and have a Merry Christmas.